viewers, this is the global news on Top Accolade News. First, the headlines. Residents lament as flood hits Ada George in Port Harcourt. NEMA warns of serious flooding of several states. Gas station explosion leaves 35 dead, several injured in Russia. Donald Trump gets conspiracy and racketeering indictment. Details coming up shortly. In the matters of flooding, residents lament as flood hits Ada George Port Harcourt. It was another tale of apprehension due to frequent flooding at Ada George Road by Remoke in Port Harcourt following the heavy downpour that lasted almost all day on Monday. Residents as well as business owners and tricycle operators expressed dismay over the recurring flood in the area. Speaking to Top Accolade News, occupants of the area expressed total dismay on the government delay in ensuring that the road is fixed to avoid further damage. Inye Krukrubo reports.
Michael Jack, a resident, said that flooding has become an impediment to commercial activities in the area as road users have to wait sometimes for hours for rainwater on the expressway to run off before continuing their journey. He noted that drainages in the area are not deep enough to contain the rainwater, so the area floods every time it rains.
Well, as you can see, the flood is really causing a lot of problems, moving problems. You can't navigate your way about when the rain is falling. Once the rain has stopped, the flood goes down. Like in the next 30 minutes, the flood will dry up. So when the flood is there, as the rain is falling, individuals get to stay in their houses, or the ones that have cars, they can use their car to navigate their way about and go to their work and different activities. But for now, we just have to manage. Like me, I want to go and get something, I want to go and buy some stuff. I need to like enter the flood to go and buy what I need to buy. People's houses that are like low, it gets even shops, it gets inside the shops. So most shops around this road, they usually like do a pavement to like block the frontage of their shop so the water can't get inside.
Also reacting, a clergyman, Kizito Ikechukwu, stated that schools, businesses and churches have been affected because of the difficulty of wading through the flood water. He revealed that residents in the area were willing to repair the road themselves, but were not allowed since it was a government-owned project.
So many people don't come to church again because of the flood. So many schools here, students, they cannot go out again. So many businesses closed. So honestly, we need the thing needed an immediate attention because so many things are not working here again. If you can see, the road is so dry, but this is a busy road. But because of the flood, even residents, so many people are packing out of this environment because of the situation. We have a plan to do it as an individual, but say this is government road and we respect government.
In the same vein, a tricycle operator, Praise Charles, lamented that the flood made tricycle operators to take long routes to get to passengers' destination with the attendant effect on income generation and maintaining the tricycles, and called on the government to help.
It's affecting our keke business in the sense that it does not allow us to make our daily income as before. Because when it is flooding like this, we need to go around in order to drop the passenger, and we are still carrying the same money we used to carry here. So it's giving us a long distance now. So we are seriously seeking for government help.
In Port Harcourt, Top Accolade News.
Moving on, NEMA warns of serious flooding of several states. Warnings by the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, is to effect that Delta, Ondo, Sokoto, and 16 other states across the country were likely to witness heavy rainfall in the month of August. This agency gave the warning on Monday, adding that the heavy rainfall could lead to flooding in the affected areas. NEMA's Lagos Territorial Coordinator Ibrahim Farinloye, who disclosed this in a statement, said the states that are likely to be affected are Delta, Ondo, Lagos, Anambra, Ogun, Nasarawa, Adamawa, and Cross River. Others are Bauchi, Jigawa, Osun, Kwara, Zamfara, Sokoto, Taraba, Benue, Imo State, and Abia State. You're watching the news on Top Accolade News. We will go on a short break. Welcome back. On security matters, villagers relocate to safety after helicopter crash. Following the crash of the Nigerian Air Force NAF helicopter in Chukwuba community of Shiroro local government area of Niger State, villagers there have fled to neighboring communities of Erena, Zomba, and Gwada in Shiroro. Alhaji Akilu Ishaku, chairman Shiroro local government, disclosed this to newsmen in Nina on Monday. He said the villagers' mass relocation was due to fear. Recall that the NAF had, in a statement by its Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Edward Gapwet, on Monday in Abuja, confirmed that one of its aircraft crashed in Chukwuba village in Niger State. And away from that, on fuel price hike, Labour threatens total economic shutdown if petrol price rises again. Following speculations of an imminent rise in the pump price of fuel, the third since May, the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC has threatened to shut down the economy without giving notice to the government. The NLC President Joe Ajaero issued the threat on Monday while responding to the advice of the Director, Trade Union Services, Ministry of Labour and Employment, Emmanuel Igbinosun, that the organized labor should explore due process in its agitation before embarking on strike. Ajaero warned that Nigerians had suffered enough from the policies of government and will not take kindly any increase in petroleum pump price that would worsen the situation. On Monday, oil marketers urged the federal government to act urgently to halt the consistent slide in the value of the naira against the dollar, saying the development had significantly impacted the pump price of petrol. And moving on, the NNPCL assures there would be no hike in fuel price. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has reacted to speculations of another fuel price increase in the country. In a post seen on the company's official X, formerly Twitter handle, on Monday, NNPCL, which is a major importer of petrol into Nigeria, said it had no intention to increase the pump price of petrol. The company advised the public to buy the best quality product at the most affordable prices at its retail stations nationwide. NNPCL Retail is the downstream subsidiary of NNPCL that retails refined petroleum products for the group. And away from that, in business, NITI says Nigeria needs $20 billion annually for gas expansion. The Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NITI, estimates that Nigeria would require about $20 billion annually to achieve the desired gas expansion plan to bridge the gap in the country's gas infrastructure. Dr. Orji Ogbonaya Orji, NITI's Executive Secretary, disclosed that at the Policy Dialogue on Nigeria's Decade of Gas Action Plan on Monday in Abuja. He said, given the shrinking fossil fuel investment landscape, clarity was required of which infrastructure to be prioritized. Orji noted that Nigeria had the largest gas reserves in Africa and the 9th largest globally, with gas reserves of over 200 trillion cubic feet (TCF). The event was organized by the African Initiative for Transparency, Accountability and Responsible Leadership, (AFRITAL), in collaboration with the Natural Resource Governance Institute, NRGI. And away from that, NDYP calls for Oil Producing Development Commission. A civil society organization, the Niger Delta Youth Parliament (NDYP), has called on the federal government to set up an Oil Producing Development Commission in Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, and Rivers State, respectively, with acronyms like ISOPADEC, BASOPADEC, and RISOPADEC, respectively. The call was contained in a statement issued by Honorable Daniel Ifan, a pioneer member of the group, on their special plenary and honorary session in Abuja on Friday. The group stated that this approach would help to channel the skills of youths in the Niger Delta region toward productive and lawful endeavors, thereby contributing to the further development of the nation's oil sector. The group also advised that federal government-owned refineries should be revamped to play important roles in rehabilitating, reforming, and engaging those involved with oil bunkering in the Niger Delta region. You're watching the news on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. And thanks for joining us. Still on the news. On the foreign scene, gas station explosion leaves 35 dead, several injured in Russia. A massive explosion at a gas station in Russia's southern Republic of Dagestan killed 35 people and injured scores more, according to government officials on Tuesday. Russia's health ministry said 115 people were injured in the blast and subsequent fire. Of this number, 35 have died, including 3 children. About 65 of the injured, including 16 children, have been hospitalized. 11 people, including 2 children, were in grave condition. The explosion occurred Monday night on the outskirts of Makakala in the region's capital. A fire started at a car repair shop and spread to a nearby gas station, triggering the blast. Away from that, Donald Trump gets conspiracy and racketeering indictment. Donald Trump, former president of the United States of America, has been indicted on conspiracy and racketeering charges over allegations that he tried to overturn the 2020 presidential election. The rap sheet, which was issued in Georgia on Monday, is the 4th indictment that the former president has faced this year. Trump has been hit with 13 new charges as part of an indictment in Georgia over 2020 election medley. Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis has called on Trump and 18 of his allies to turn themselves in by August 25th after a grand jury voted to indict the former president and his associates. And away from that, in sports, FIFA, PSG, CAF fans celebrate magical JJ at 50. World Football Governing Body FIFA, the Confederation of African Football (CAF), and Paris Saint-Germain have sent birthday greetings to legendary Nigerian captain and once Africa's most gifted soccer players, Austin JJ Okocha, who turned 50 yesterday. The Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) and Bolton's Wanderers were not left out in celebrating the iconic midfielder. Commenting on his birthday celebration, the NFF said, "Happy birthday to former Super Eagles midfielder and captain Augustine JJ Okocha, who turns 50 today. Happy cheers, JJ." Bolton FC, which was the last professional club he played for, also celebrated their former captain. In the words, "Happy birthday, JJ Okocha." He was born on August 14, 1973 in Enugu. And that's the news for now. Before we go, let's take another look at the major stories. Residents have lamented flood in Ada George axis. NEMA warns of serious flooding of several states. Gas station explosion killed 35, injured many in Russia. Donald Trump indicted in Georgia, USA. And thanks for joining us. I am Juntan Puwe. Do enjoy the rest of your day.